Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I welcome all of you to His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj's daily call. Today we are continuing on the topic of Srimati Kunti prayers, verse number 44, 1.8.44. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, so shall we continue with the verse, Guru Maharaj?
Yes, please.
Yes,
My obeisances to all the devotees. Hare Krishna. So continuation, now Queen Kunti's prayers are finished. And now the Lord will respond, and you'll get some real nectar in how Krishna responds after hearing all these love-laden, devotionally saturated prayers by Queen Kunti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sutta Uvacha. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.44. Pritayetam Kalapadai Parinuta Kilodayaha Mandam Jahasa Vaikuto Mohayan Eva Mayaya. Sutta Goswami said, the Lord, thus hearing the prayers of Kunti Devi composed in choice words for his glorification, mildly smiled. That smile was as enchanting as his mystic power. Report. Anything that is enchanting in the world is said to be a representation of the Lord. The conditioned souls who are engaged in trying to lord it over material nature, material world, are also enchanted by his mystic powers. But his devotees are enchanted in a different way by the glories of the Lord and his merciful blessings upon them. His energy is displayed in different ways as electrical energy works in manifold capacities. Srimati Kunti Devi has prayed to the Lord just to enunciate a fragment of his glories. All his devotees worship him in that way by chosen words, and therefore the Lord is known as Uttama Sloka. No amount of chosen words is sufficient to enumerate the Lord's glory. And thus he is satisfied by such prayers as the Father is satisfied even by the broken linguistic attempts of the growing child. The word Maya is used both in the sense of delusion and mercy. Here the word Maya used in the sense of the Lord's mercy upon Kunti Devi. Omagyantimidandasya Ginajana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutalai Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavari Astyatya De Satarine Panchakalpatarubhischa Kripa Sindhu Pevacha Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here it says, now the Lord responds in a very sweet way, you might say. He smiled mildly after hearing the words of Kunti Devi. And his mild smile, it says, is enchanting as his mystic power. And he is known as Yogeshwar. That means he is the master of all mystics. That smile alone is so sweet and so powerful, can change the entire atmosphere into pure devotional service. It says here that Kunti Devi composed her glorification using choice words. This is significant in the sense that when one glorifies the Lord, they should very carefully choose the words that they want to enunciate the glorification. In other words, in glorifying the Lord, the words should be very nicely thought of and spoken in that same way. And that way they are showing their devotion by using the best of all language in expressing their love for the Lord or in glorifying his qualities. This choice words is very much applied to the devotees. There's another class of people who consider the Lord to be impersonal, or he doesn't have a personal form. And so therefore, when they try to glorify the Lord, they use words such as Daridra Narayan, or other words that are less descriptive and more just statements of words. There are many persons who like to consider that the Lord, in his highest aspect of a spiritual understanding, is impersonal. Therefore, when they speak about the Lord in an impersonal way, it's actually an insult rather than a glorification. For instance, when they say Daridya Narayan, that Narayan has become Daridya, or poor, means that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is now a beggar, or he is poverty-stricken. So that's an insult. But it's not even close to reality. He is the source of everything. He is the owner of everything. He can never be Daridra. So they use words to minimize his position or to define him in a way that is not of his nature. Such as when they say he's impersonal, it means he has no form. You might say it's like saying you're a ghost. Somebody calls you a ghost, you consider that to be an insult, and obviously not correct. So when they use words to glorify the Lord in his impersonal aspect and consider that to be the actual description of the Lord, they insult the Lord by saying because he has no form, he has no head, therefore he can't think. He has no ears, therefore he can't hear. He has no legs, therefore he can't walk. So their glorification by such personalities are more or less criticism of the Lord. But Kunti, she's used such beautiful language in describing Krishna and his relationship with his devotees that the Lord was so pleased that he smiled. His smile was so enchanting. The Lord itself, his form is enchanting. His form is personification of perfection in all areas. Beauty gets its definition from Krishna. We don't say Krishna is beautiful, we say beauty is Krishna. He has beautiful lotus eyes. So we use sometimes material examples to give a little bit of a indication of the beauty of Krishna. His eyes are lotus. His smile is like a rainbow. All of these material connections to Krishna's transcendental features is just a way to find ways to glorify him. They say his color is like blackish rain cloud, but blackish rain cloud, its color is material. How do you describe something that's transcendental? You can't, because you can't find any analogies that fit it. It's unique. It has its own expression, which cannot be analogous. But we use analogies just to get a little indication of something that is extremely attractive, extremely beautiful. So the devotees like to glorify the Lord. They find pleasure in glorifying the Lord. Great poets sit down and they write about the beauty of the material world, and they, using their poetic ingenuity and their ability to project onto the atmosphere some words, they make poetry. But there are devotional poets who speak about the glories of the Lord in a very, with chosen words that give some understanding of how great or how attractive the Lord is. And that should be done. So one of the ways by which we worship the Lord is called vandanam. Vandanam means prayers. So it's one of the 9 processes of devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. All these are mentioned, but Vandanam is offering prayers. And you might say Vandanam includes a large variety of categories, such like when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's a prayer. It's considered the supreme prayer. It's not only a glorification of the Lord, it purifies the heart and mind and awakens one's attraction for the Lord. So that's, we might say that's the best of all prayers. And the Acharyas, headed by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, has given comment on the meaning of the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. He says to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra means to call the Lord, to glorify the Lord. And then Prabhupada mentions in the purport here that even if a devotee is not so expert at using words to glorify the Lord, if they're sincerely trying to glorify the Lord, and they use words that are somewhat broken linguistic, the Lord is satisfied. And using the example of a little child who speaks some nice words to his father, but doesn't know how to speak correctly. The father takes the mood that the child is expressing and not so much what is being expressed. In the same way, Krishna, although he may not be expert at making prayers, and sometimes the linguistic arrangements of the words are not correct, or the language doesn't follow a particular proper language pattern, still, there's one verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, I think it's 5th chapter, describes that, you know, even if something is glorifying the Lord, but it's imposed imperfectly, it is considered to be glorification. Composure doesn't make it, what we say, qualified. It'll give it an extra push in the direction of glorification, but it's not a requirement. What's required is bhakti. When bhakti is there, the glorification is pleasing to the Lord. It says that the conditioned souls in this material world are also enchanted by the Lord, but they're enchanted by his mystic power. In other words, his ability to act above the material energy. But it says here, the devotees, they are enchanted by the glories of the Lord and the mercy the Lord shows upon them. They are attracted by that. They're enchanted by it. Enchanted means somewhat mesmerized or hypnotized by how unlimited the glories of the Lord are. There is such variety. It's like Krishna plays on a flute. And sometimes the flute is called Murli, or sometimes it's called Murali. So Krishna has different kinds of flutes. So he has at least 3 different kinds of flutes. One's short, one's a little longer, and one is very long. And so in his enchanting mood of attracting the conditioned souls back home, he plays on the flute, but he may play on one of the 3 different types of flutes that he has, depending on what the living entities want to hear. And so the devotees are also enchanted by his blessings upon them. What is his blessings? That he gives them a chance for devotional service. Sometimes we think, what is the best blessing? Well, the best blessing would be to be in association with advanced devotees. That is a great blessing. To be in association with any devotees is a blessing. To be able to chant nicely the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is a great blessing. Be entitled to be inclined to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, not to improve one's material arrangement, but to satisfy the Lord. So these are some of the blessings that the Lord bestows upon his devotees. And one should get attracted to the Lord by seeing the deity in the temple. Prabhupada set up these temples with nice, elaborate deities, beautifully dressed, Gaurnitai, Radha Krishna, Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Maharani, Lord Nrsingadev, all of these different manifestations of the absolute truth, dressed in so many colorful and so many unique ways, with so much flowers and jewelry and various other types of decoration, becomes a fulfillment of the mind's desire to see something beautiful. And then that's unlimited. Sometimes we see, it's like it says, sometimes his neck is compared to a whitish blue conch shell. So when one sees the neck of the Lord, they can also project that it's like a conch shell that is bluish in color, but also whitish. So this is one of the ways that we should practice Krishna consciousness. When we go to see the deity in the morning in the temple, we should keep that image in our mind throughout the day, and that way meditate on the Lord in that form. And when one is sitting down, he could meditate.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see if there's any comments or questions.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, thank you so much for such a wonderful class. So how Krishna is enchanting and how he's by his mystic power or by his smile itself, how he's delivering all the conditioned souls, and very nicely explained, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much.
This is one of the meditations, meditating on the beautiful form of the Lord and the different parts of the Lord's transcendental body. Connects one with Krishna directly through a very, beautiful display of his qualities and characteristics. Devotees can take, when they take darshan of the deity, they keep that, they make a snapshot of the picture and they keep it in their mind, and throughout the day they can remember the Lord in that form. And that way they become fully Krishna conscious.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, yeah. As we see the deities in the temple, so immediately our heart and mind fills with very joy and like blissful darshan. It fixes in our mind, and it helps to meditate while chanting that beautiful form, Guru Maharaj. Yeah, I experience that always when I go to temple.
Perfect meditation.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Dear devotees, if you have any questions or comments or realizations, you can please go ahead. Yes, Mataji, Sridevi Mataji. Mataji, you are on mute, Mataji.
Thank you. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for this class. I was thinking so much about the beautiful smile of the Lord, and two things I was remembering about Krishna's smile, how enchanting it is. And it is described that the 10th canto is the beautiful smile of the Lord. I was remembering that. And I was also remembering how Srila Prabhupada said, if you can get Krishna to smile on you just once, then what more you want? So I was just remembering Srila Prabhupada's words about the smile of the Lord. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for this wonderful class. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sridevi Mataji. Thank you so much for sharing that.
It says that something ordinary becomes beautiful in association with something beautiful. The example is the sky becomes beautiful by the presence of the moon. A girl becomes beautiful by the presence of her husband. So in so many ways, beauty is sometimes seen in connection to something that is beautiful. So devotees also become beautiful when they are connected with the Lord.
Dear devotees, any more questions or realizations?
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for your wonderful class and association. I'm so inspired that in spite of traveling heavily and so much classes and back-to-back services, you're still coming and giving us your association. Thank you, Maharaj. Oh, am I audible?
I can't hear you. It's the voice.
Yeah,
the
it was
voice is too
first.
low.
Yeah, the beginning part was not audible, Mataji. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you, Maharaj, for your example and wonderful association. And you're overworking for us, Maharaj. We feel very grateful and want to follow a bit in your footsteps.
Thank you. Praise to Prabhupada.
Sridevi Mataji, you want to ask anything?
So Guru Maharaj, my question is, how can we get Krishna to smile on us?
Well, Queen Kunti's example is there. If by preaching, you'll get him to smile at you. That's guaranteed. Anything else?
I don't see any questions or hand raised, Guru Maharaj. I see that you are very much tired. If with your permission, can we end the class here or take the question and answer sessions
Yeah.
later next day?
Okay, tomorrow, what's tomorrow's schedule? I don't know.
Tomorrow is Wednesday and you are traveling, Guru Maharaj. So
Well, tomorrow's, Wednesday.
yes,
Okay,
Guru
yeah, we're
Maharaj.
traveling tomorrow. Okay, so we can stop here and just meditate on Krishna's beauty. Think about the nice ways you can glorify him. We shouldn't limit ourselves just to a few basic activities. We can think of ways to glorify the Lord by writing articles, by making poetry, by composing songs. These are all ways that we can express our devotion to Krishna. The artistic expressions of bhakti attract the devotees also. Krishna is not limited.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll see you all on, I don't know what's happening on Thursday, but I think.
Thursday, it's ISKCON Harrisburg devotees class, Guru Maharaj. Morning 8 a.m. Eastern time.
Well, that's Balaram's appearance day, so I'll
Yes, Guru
speak
Maharaj.
on Balaram.
I'll inform Ansuya Mataji about that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you for your time and association.
Apologize for being a little tired. I gave class this morning at the temple here, and we got up at quite early this morning. So anyway,
Guru Maharaj.
thank you very much, and we'll see everybody again soon. Take this extra time, read, chant, and remember Krishna.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. Thank you all devotees for joining. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki
Right. Srila Prabhupada ki
Ki
jai.
jai. Ki jai.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.